You made a comment a couple weeks back that Amon-Ra could potentially be the best freshman receiver that you've seen now. What do you think of game one?
Started off really good. You know, it reminded me of how Juju started off as a freshman. I can't remember how many yards. I remember it was a whole lot.
123.
Yeah, he had a big game, and the moment wasn't too big for him. He enjoyed playing, and so it reminded me of that. You know, Amon came out and his eyes were right. He just had that feeling. Nothing was too big, and went out and played great. So he's going to continue to work to continue to be consistently doing things like that.
I guess he seems to be very fundamental. Is he kind of advanced in that way for a freshman?
Yeah. He is a stickler for technique. You know, we're always doing things here to improve in terms of releases, route running, ball skills, and things of that nature. Where I see his most growth has been in the film room. You know, he's been attacking the playbook and taking his game to the next level in terms of what he knows, and not only just for one position, but for all the different positions. We're playing them in a lot of different places and using them in a lot of different ways. So that puts a lot on the freshman. So, but he's done his best improvement has come with the knowledge of the game and knowledge of our system and the ways that we're going to use it.
Is the connection that he has with JT, is that kind of different for, I guess, a kid coming in, for both of them coming together?
I just think the trust factor is there. You know, there was a pass before the touchdown where Amon was kind of covered.
Yeah.
And as a young quarterback, you may not even look for that guy. And JT stepped up and still gave him a chance. And that just showed me how much they trust each other, how much JT trusts Amon. And eventually, that'll happen with all of the wide receivers.
Right.
But these two, they know each other way more, obviously. And that's what I think is different, is the trust. When you're a young quarterback, you want to rely on someone. You want someone you can depend on. And they just so happen to have played together for a long period of time. And it happened in both of their first games as collegiate athletes.
We've seen in the past both Pittman and Vaughn really good hands.
Yeah.
And so game one, maybe not up to their usual level.
Right.
Do you feel like that's just a matter of breaking in the quarterback together?
Could be that. Could be, you know, I remember going back and the first thing I thought about when both of them had put a couple balls on the ground was I remember Nelson Aguilar going into his junior year, and I was like, what's going on, bud? You know, he tripped up one time and bobbled the ball one time.
Yeah.
And it was just sometimes when they become juniors or they've been here and they've had success, they go into the season with expectations as opposed to just letting the players come and letting the game come. And so, you know, once they shook it off a little bit, I think for Tyler it happened after the punt return.
Yeah.
He kind of settled into being himself and then played great after that. Mike did some really good things that weren't awarded just because the ball didn't find him when he was doing it. But there were times where Mike was behind the defense and got open. Did a really good job in the run game. Some of his successes weren't awarded because he didn't get the ball, but I thought other than the obvious drops by those two, I thought they both actually played pretty well.
What are your initial thoughts on the Stanford secondary?
Well, it's just only one game on tape,
Yeah.
so it's not a lot to see there other than the plan that they had for San Diego State. And San Diego State was, you know, obviously run heavy and certain personnels that bring out different personnels for Stanford. So I don't know about much to see in terms of that, but they're veteran. That's the one thing I can say is they're veteran. They like to come downhill, be a part of the run game. They like to mix in the zone and man-to-man, and that's just been typical Stanford over the years. And so I don't expect anything different. They do what they do. Their young men understand their system and how people want to attack them, and they're veterans, they're juniors and seniors. I think only one sophomore in the back end for them. I think it'll be a game we're going to have to execute, get open, and catch the ball.
Does playing Stanford so early in the year, not disrespect to another team, but does it require more work given that it's a conference opponent in week 2?
No, I just look at, you know, other teams that are playing these big games in the first game.
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
But not necessarily. I mean, this is what you come here for, and no disrespect to anybody, but you come here to play games like the Stanford game and the Notre Dame games, and obviously the Pac-12 schedule. So it's not for us. We prepare the same each week. and Stanford's our next opponent. We're getting prepared for them.